Well, students, today we will see the programs, especially the data file creation by using the CSV mode. Okay, that has to be done in Microsoft Excel. Fine. So here, the programs that we are going through now. This is the thing. So what has been done, instead of creating the dictionary, we are taking the data from master.csv, which has already been created. Okay, and it is having a specific index column called name. All right. So now the read underscore CSV, this is actually the function that helps us in order to read data from master.csv. So the thing is that I am opening this file. See, I'll show you how to create this file. This file is already been created, but I will show you the procedure practically. All right. Now you see that thing. For this one, what you have to do, you have to open Excel for these things first of all. Okay, you can open the Excel in your system. That to be created first, that is which is mandatory, so let us see. So I'm pressing out here Windows R, then there's the best procedure to run Excel. Windows R, then type Excel, click on OK or enter, so the Excel will start executing. So let us till the Excel opens, so we'll come to the other part of the program, retrieving columns by indexing operator. So here every line there are in index, yeah, there is documentation, so you can understand. The first means this is a kind of variable, first, second, third, fourth. I've taken 4 variables. Okay, so yes, that has been opened for me, the Excel. So here you have to create, but file is already been created, so I'm just opening it from my this thing, what you call, from my storage. Fine. So the thing is that here the master.csv. So the file that there I have stored, that is under numpy programs. All right. Numpy programs means my working directory that I have set while working with the Python. And in your system, you will you will store it in the working directory. Fine. So how will you understand the working directory? I'm coming to that. Okay. So now you see this is the one you can do. Okay, so this is the one, this is a comma separated file. After creation it will be look like this. After creation, okay, after creation it will be look like this. So I am having certain this thing, what you call, see, name, class, section, like this. So I will show it in more sophisticated manner. Let's see, wait a minute. Okay, so actually it is looking like this. Okay, this one. All right, so SID, name, class, section, address, this is the comma separated value file. CSV full form is comma separated value file. So when you will write it, you will write it normally. Okay, you will write it normally like this, SID, SID, then name in this way. All right, SID, name, then class, section, okay, age, and age, all this way, class, section, age, and all right, like this, and you will fill it up. So after that, when you will open, if you are not changing its format, it will be looking like this. So we are just closing this one. Okay, and first of all, now how we will save it, that is also very important. So when you want to save this file after creation, you have to go for save as, file, save as. Okay, in the file save as, you have to choose the working directory, means where you will store this particular file. In my case, it is numpy programs. All right, so I will open this particular folder. So it has been, folder has been opened. Okay, you can see out here. So here you have to type the name. Okay, you have to type the name, and you have to go for the saving. So when saving, you remember this particular option you have to choose, CSV UTF-8 comma delimited dot CSV. Fine, that way there you have to go and click on this one, then the file format names will be changed. Then here you have to give the name of the file. After that, click on save. So the file will be saved you in your working directory. Fine. So I'm closing the Excel this time. Okay, I'm closing the Excel and coming back to the business once again. So that is the CSV file creation. Now I was talking about how will you understand which one is your working directory. When you will file and choose open, just choose open, then you can see your working directory. So in my case, it is numpy programs, and if you are doing Python XY will be your working directory. So there you have to save the file. So you want to, if you want to see the master CSV is has been saved or not, I can go for all files, and then I can choose out here. Sorry, I will let master. You will see master.csv will be appearing. Okay, master.csv will be appearing for all files. It is there. Okay, that is the thing. So if I'm choosing, see here, master.csv has been appeared. All right, so this has been stored into working directory. If you are not keeping this file in your working directory, the program will not work. Okay, now let us come to the program. All right, that is the thing. So now let's see now how this is to be done. Okay, so this program, this is, I have kept some data which is not required at all. Okay, so I'm just leaving them. Okay, so I'm keeping out this one out here. Okay, so the thing is that this Arijit, Sujit and age address. So what is happening with this one actually? So I've used the log function out here. Log function, what it does, it actually extracts the data selectively. Fine, that is the function of log, LOC. You can study from your theory from your book also. This log function, what does it do? Entire data, but house and age will be displayed. Fine. And here in this case, what is happening? What the log is doing? Arijit and Sujit and their age, address, house section. All these four data will be displayed. And here the second variable, which one is storing Ranjit and Suman, that their entire data will be displayed. And for the first, only the name will be displayed and the age will be displayed. Let us do its execution once, then we will understand it better. Okay, click on OK. Now it will be displayed. You see the data has entirely been taken from the CSV file. All right, so what, and from where which is the command to responsible to read the CSV file? That is read underscore CSV. Now you see one by one. Okay, master.csv have opened, index column name has been printed, and the what is happening, age has been printed. These are the age. All right, so name, age, and data type IND64. All right, now the thing is that second, the only for the Ranjit and Suman entered data has been printed. All right, now for the third, what is happening, Arijit and Sujit age and address has been printed. Arijit and Sujit age, address, I'm having their house and section, age, address, house and section, all for data for exclusively for Arijit and Sujit has been printed. All right, and for the fourth one, data.log, entire data but only house and age has been printed. So this is the different way of extraction from CSV file. Now if the question comes up, the structure has been given to you, structure always will be given to you, because in the theory paper when you will write, you will not be able to show the CSV file. So the CSV file format will be given and name also will be given. So then according to, you have to give the name and you have to give the index column also over there. You will see the index column over there, which one you want to fix. Okay, that is up to you. All right, now the thing is that and as per the thing, suppose in that particular thing only address they want to see. Okay, so name and address. So index column will be name and first equals data. First means you can take any other variable instead of first. I have taken just to make you understand. Okay, so first means like data, and then you write over here address. Then what will happen? Only the addresses will be printed, like I'm doing out here. You see address. Okay, and remember, whatever case will be given in the file, in the CSV file format, that you have to follow. Let us see this program once more, the output, so you can judge the output in better way. Okay, now you see the a name instead of name and address, what you call previously what was there. Okay, let us check out once. So here the name and age was coming, as I have changed right now. Then what is happening, name and address is appearing. So in this way you can manipulate. Suppose they're asking only the house, so you make it our house, no problem. Okay, make it to our house. Okay, so the thing is that now the thing is, just let me close this one first, the fresh one I will do. Okay, yeah, okay, that is the thing. So now you check out the output, then how it will look like, so it will be a better understanding for you. Okay, so you see out here Arijit and house has been printed, so that is the thing. So now suppose third data, I don't want this one, I am removing this one. I am taking the record of Dijit and Sujita, Rajiv and Rijita. These records I want. Okay, instead of that. Okay, previously Rajiv and these things has been shown. If there are any specific data also to be asked to be printed, so you can do it in this way only. So here every format has been given. This is the entire data. Suppose you want to change this as say address and date. Sorry, address, and here you are going to change on the house. Okay, sorry, address and house you want. Okay, so do it, no problem. Okay, so the thing, so once this particular format is known to you, it will be very easy for you to understand and to get the job done. All right, this is the CSV file format that I have given out here. Just changed it, only few things have changed out here, nothing much. Okay, name and house has been printed, and these are the things, the data has been printed. Rajiv and Rijita has been printed out here, and instead previous data, so here we have printed the addresses and houses, green, blue, whatsoever. Okay, so that is the one. All right, that is the one that we had created. We had done it today. So by using CSV file, this kind of flexibility we do have in order to extract the data. All right, so I will show some more refined program in the later, but for your exam and all, this kind of programs might come. Okay, so you please go through this one properly and do its practical implementation. Without the practical implementation, you cannot achieve anything. All right, so definitely when you get this program, definitely you do it in your copy or whatsoever you want, and but once at least you do its practical implementation. All right. Okay, next program I'm coming, that is the manipulation, that is the condition, how the condition will be applicable. Okay, how the condition will be applicable in this thing, excuse me. How the condition will be applicable in a particular dictionary. Okay, to extract the data as per the conditions. Okay, what are the given conditions will be there, accordingly that. So here you see that what is happening here, whose score is greater than 50, that will be printed. That is the thing. So here the simply the the creation of dictionary, and the dictionary object has been passed into data frame indexes levels. Okay, whatever levels we have taken, A, B, C, D, E, F, because we have not used out here the default index, as we take usually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. We have not taken, so we have taken only the index equals to levels, and the data frame has been printed. So the criteria is that score means like 50, more than 50, less than 50 also you can do. If you want less than 50 also you can do. So let us see first more than 50 how it will be printed, and this is the relational operator, you can say. So if you are just giving equals to 50, in that case only the person who has achieved the score 50 will be printed only. So we have just increased the barrier. Okay, and so that is the thing. So who have got greater than 50 has been printed. All right, that is the thing. So now the thing is that here if you're changing the operator like less than, if you're doing out in this way, so run it and execute it, and you see the output and the change in the output. Okay, let us see how this has been changed. You see out here the less than 50 has been printed. All right, so that's the way. Now say if I don't want this one, I want only the what do you call, not score, I want on the basis of attempts. Okay, attempts. Okay, sorry, attempts. Okay, EMPTS, attempts, those who have attempted for twice. Okay, twice, so it will be an equal operator equals to 2. Okay, so exactly those who have attempted the exam for 2 times, their data only will be displayed. All right, you check out here. Now the thing is that yes, those who have, you see out here, this is the actually the way of indexing, you can say one kind of indexing. The previous program also you have seen, that is the indexing has been done by log command. Okay, here also one kind of indexing we are doing by using the condition. All right, so the thing is that attempts, from your attempts, if I am going those who have done more than 2. Okay, so greater than sign will be appearing. Okay, then okay, all right, so you see those who have done more than 2, their record has been printed. All right, so in a different way, that is like greater than or equals, if you are giving then 2 or more than 2, in that case those who have attempted twice and more than 2, their record also will be printed. So 2 and 3 both are going to be displayed in this case. You see out here those who have attempted 2 times as well as more than 2 times, that also has been displayed. So you can do anything. Okay, whenever. So if you want to do with respect to qualify, that is also possible. To see how you have done qualify, fine, qualify, what you have to do, but here the string data is there, so you have to be very careful. Equals to, then I just give yes. Okay, this is one kind of filtering that you are imposing on the dictionary data. All right, so then I'm executing the run module out here. Now you check out how this things to be done. Okay, you see out here those who are only having yes, their data has been printed. Okay, nothing else. Clear? Nothing else. Okay, that is the thing. This particular program, okay, this particular program with the AND operator also can be used with, and you are writing df, and then you are writing what do you call, and this is the df, this is actually the condition. Okay, uh, yes, yes, and you have to give a bracket out here, yes. Then df is qualify, yes, and I have to check the multiple condition. Okay, that is the thing. So here I have to check the attempts. Okay, attempts, 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 what you call, equals to 2, equals to 2, their record also to be printed. All right, equals to 2, their record also to be printed. So this particular thing, so this two things has to be qualified. Okay, then only it is possible, otherwise not. All right, yes. Okay, so I'm clicking on multiple condition has been given. Let's see, maybe some parenthetical error. Okay, let's see. I think here, what do you call, one more bracket to be given, yes. So there's, excuse me, that is the thing, run module. Just a minute, so error is coming out here now. Df and df here, qualify, that is the things, that, yes. So I think this bracket will be there. No, this bracket will be there. Yeah. So now the thing is that this kind of manipulation, yes, the multiple condition has not been taken anyway. Okay, we will go for some other options later on. Okay, let us see, but this way it can be given. I will show you later. Okay, but the thing is that this is the just for qualify and yes. Okay, that we had done over here. So that has been printed. That whenever we are qualifying it, yes, only the qualifier, and those who are qualified, their record will be printed only with the yes values. Okay, that is the thing. So multiple condition we will definitely check. We'll coming in the coming session, we'll check it definitely. Fantastic. Now the thing is that if you want to go with the qualify, score, attempts, whatever may be given in the question, you can try out everything out here by changing this particular thing. All right, that is the thing. So what we are going back to it. We have kept it like this score, and then we have kept it greater than 50. So again the data will be changed in this way. Fine. So that is the thing, that we have tried for. Okay, and we have done it successfully. There is no problem. Only the multiple part I will definitely give you some something on it in the coming session. Fine, that is the thing. So here what has been given, we are coming back to the things, 56, 70 and 90, which are more than 50, that has been printed with this criteria. So in this way, whatever be the criteria will be given into your question that you have to follow. Okay, and the dictionary, you know how to create. Okay, key and value pair. A key value pair, this is we call separated by comma each one, and will be closed by we ended with a curly braces, means the entire thing has to be kept in the inside the curly braces. Levels, if you want, you can take, otherwise index will be remain as it is. It will be created like that. Okay, all right. And print df means the data pair has been printed, and here the criteria has been imposed. Okay, which will actually help you out in order to extract the data. Okay, all right. So definitely you also do the practical implementation of this program. Okay, and see how the outputs are generating. Okay, thank you very much, and prepare for your exam well.